Welcome back, everybody. Another huge class tonight. Of course, Gladewater, Gilmer right down the road from each other. Now, the second-ranked Buckeyes, they've owned this series for over a decade now. Let's get to Buckeye Stadium. There they are, those Buckeyes taking on the Gladewater Bears. Early on in this one, Tanner Barr, what a year this young man is having. Hey, Desmond Pollard can play for anybody in the state of Texas. Somehow gets out of a jam there, turns that into a 40-yard touchdown. 7-0. We have Gilmer with the lead in that one. Barr not even close to being done. Quick snap, quick pass to Chase Tate. Chase is looking for that. He can smell the end zone. Oh, give it to him. What a play right there, but they marked him down. Hey, effort always trumps getting the touchdown. It's all right. Jamal Jackson would get in. That makes it 14-0. All right, Gladewater trying to get something going here against their arch rival in this one. Nick Cavenger is going to hand off to James Reese, and hey, Gilmer Buckeye defense all over the place, stopping them left and right. But Canever here, he's going to pass it this time, looking to pass, and he's going to go for Justin Centers, and that would be good for 18 yards right there. They would get in the end zone. Centers would score, but this game, of course, belonged to the Gilmer Buckeyes, just rolling along as they win it tonight, 52-14 in that one. We have a Kilgore and Spring Hill score for you. Of course, Kilgore, number 5 in the state, as we check out the score in that one, and that's actually Chapel Hill beating up on Henderson 49-28. Do we have the Kilgore Spring Hill score? We got it now, and Kilgore rolling right along, 41-12 over Spring Hill. And, of course, Chapel Hill, big win for them over Henderson tonight. And that's going to do some 3A's big games right there. As for the other 3A scores tonight, let's take a gander at those. We got Palestine and Athens in a big one in this one. And look at that. Athens coming from behind to win 35-28. Russ 47-34 over Brownsboro. Big win for the Russ guys right there. Van takes out Liberty Islo 17-6. Harmony in a close one, 20-13 over Rains. Other scores from tonight: Pittsburgh falls to Dallas First Baptist 51-42. Canton in the fourth quarter leads Wills Point 49-37 in that one. And that is a look at your 3A scores in that one. Well, what a start it has been for the White Oak Roughnecks. 4-0. 4 wins, 4 blowout wins, but a good test tonight with Class 3A Mineola in town. To Roughneck Stadium we go, trying to prove they are a top 10 team. Early on, Dylan Gale, he's the architect of that Roughneck offense. Look at the perfect pass to Gabe Michael. What a play right there. That was on 4th down, by the way. What a gutsy call right there. Then Gale's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself, gets it into the end zone, touchdown. The 2-point conversion, do we have a little sneakery coming on? The Roughneck mascot says, we're not going for 1 right here, we're going for 2, and Gale's going to pass it to Riley Lakin, and Riley gets it in, 8-0. That's a statement right there on Mineola by White Oak. More Roughnecks. Well, they just had the Yellow Jackets number all night. Dylan's going to get it to Cascar, good for 15 right there. Boy, if he could have escaped out of that one, he'd have went all the way. Gale this time to Gabe Michael, and watch Gabe right here. Lower that shoulder. What a play right there. He did step out of bounds, but that's tough guy football right there. Gale is going to keep it there and get it in for the 15-0 lead. Final score in this one, a good victory for White Oak. 57-7, your final in that one. Congratulations to the Roughnecks. They are 5-0. Over at Troop tonight, 1973 state championship team, 40th anniversary. What a great team that was, and they enjoyed what they saw tonight. Early on, Marcus Kincaid with the slick run there for the Troop Tigers, but they would not score, but they do have defense. Now, this is small school football, so your quarterback, it's pretty cool when he plays defensive end. That's Blake Lynch, the quarterback, playing defensive end and getting the stop right there. And then the special teams unit getting it done for the Tigers. They get the block on the punt. And then Mr. Blake Lynch is going to look at him just to analyze the situation. Audible's out. He's going up top. Brendan Harry in for the score. 7-0 Tigers. And that 1973 state championship team was proud of their Troop Tigers tonight as we check the score in this one. Troop Tigers 42-14, your final in that one. 3-0 New Diana at 3-0 Wascom tonight. Yeah, we went all the way out there for the highlights. And early on in this one, it is a really tight game. And Junebug Johnson, you know you're a football player when you can do stuff like this. Junebug, wow, what a move right there. Big, nice run for the Wascom Wildcats. And then Trace Carter is going to hand it off to Kevin Johnson. And Kevin is going to move the chains and more with the big run up the left side right there. And then Oh, I'm loving this Junebug guy. Junebug gets it in for the score for Wascom. Big play there on the outside. That would make it 43-27. Now, New Diana was going to try to get something going. Joby Ainsworth is going to try to pass it out to Garrett Barton. And Garrett's going to come up here and just come up short right there, trying to move that ball here in the second half. This time, though, Ainsworth is just, boy, they couldn't get it going. Wascom defense all over the field as we check the final in this one. What a victory for Wascom. They go ahead and blow out New Diana. They're undefeated still, 57-27 your final in that one. 2A scoreboard, Garrison all over the ARP Tigers tonight. Ouch. 42-13. West Russ just comes up short, but Union Grove, what a win, 29-27. Clifton Willis had 3 interceptions in the first half for Tatum. They beat Center 17-0, winning as usual. Dangerfield over Redwater, 26-7 your final in that one. Grand Saline, Malakoff, 73 to snap. Final in that one. Winsboro beats Quitman. Good rivalry game there, 29-14. Tenaha, 41-29 over Sabine. Alba Golden blanks Rivercrest, 32-0. Clarksville and Edgewood. Big win for Edgewood, 47-19. And Linden Kildare falls to Elysian Fields tonight, 28-6. Your final in that one. We're not going anywhere, folks. Another state championship reunion at Big Sandy last night, plus Hawkins and Winona, a good one there. And don't forget about those TK Gorman Crusaders at Brook Hill. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. We had another 40th anniversary state championship reunion tonight. Back in 1973, the first of 3 state titles for the Big Sandy Wildcats. Jim Norman, who played on those teams, his dad was a coach, stopped by CBS 19 earlier this week, and he said tonight would be special, and there they are. Congratulations to those Big Sandy 40-year reunion guys on a state championship. And Travis Willoughby doing his job early. Matt Easley, touchdown Wildcats. Big Sandy off to a good start. Christian Carlo is going to hand it off for Mott in this one to Tim McClendon, and he finds the end zone. Good job by Timmy. They make the score right there. So we had a back-and-forth contest up at Wildcat Stadium tonight. More Tristan Carlo. This time he's going to show off his arm a little bit. Trenton Mentor, but guess what? We have an interception. Matt Easley reads it like a book. Great job, and that is a pick 6. Congratulations, Mr. Easley. He was thinking about that 40th anniversary football team tonight. And here is the final score in this one between Maude and Big Sandy. But, man, Maude's a pretty darn good football program. Big Sandy comes up short, 48-38, your final in that one. Winona and Hawkins both off to great starts. Wildcat Stadium in Winona we go. Winner of this one gets some pretty good bragging rights early on. It's Jason Haas going to get sacked by Damon Arenu with the big sack right there by Damon. Then Haas is going to hand off to Drew Roden in this one. Breaking tackles left and right, but finally Brett Tips comes to the rescue, just does sharp. Drew Roden right there with just an impressive run for Hawkins. The Hawks right there. Now Haas is going to go to the air this time with a play action fake. Up top to Emery King, and Emery says, see you later. Great block from his buddy right there, all the way up the sideline. Touchdown. Hawkins loving life right now, but Winona would try to make a little bit of a comeback here. Joe Marsh is going to hand it off to Tyler Pullum right here as we get to the play, and then Tyler, look at the breakout speed to the outside. He's got blockers, and he can smell the end zone, and he does for the score. And here we go. Who would win between the Hawks and Wildcats? What a game with Winona coming out on top in a great one, 22-21. Another private school showdown in TK Gorman, for TK Gorman tonight at Brook Hill. And here we go to the highlights. All the international students being recognized early on. It's going to be Grant Hanks going down and going down hard by Noah Kemp. That's the kind of guy you want on your defense right there. But Hanks would regroup himself. He's had a really good improved year. He gets better each week. Throws it back the other way on the screen to Jacob Dumsnell. And Jacob, here we go. 25 yards, does not get in the end zone. The guards settle for a field goal, 3-0. Tristan Saint, the leader of the Crusaders, right over the middle. And Michael Goodwin, see you later. Way to go, Mike. 70-yard touchdown. And TK Gorman, Coach Gibson had a little swing and gate trick right there. Direct snap to Colin Parks, 8-3. TK Gorman looking for the monster upset tonight, but Grant Hanks would not be denied. Looking, scanning the field, Third option on the list was to find his man, Alex Hale. 45 yards in that one, and in a squeaker, it's going to be Brook Hill with the win over TK Gorman, 24-22. Now, the newest member of the ETFinalScore.com team, Matt Ruark, joins us on the phone. He was at the TK Gorman-Brook Hill game. Matt, kind of take us through the second half, because this one was tight all the way down to the wire.
Eric, you're right about that. Both teams really like to air it out again. It was going to be more what you saw through the third quarter. It looked like Brook Hill was kind of getting into a slump, unable to do anything. Finally, Lucio found the end zone there towards the end. Fourth quarter, it was all Gorman. Tristan saying again, a 37-yard touchdown pass. I'm telling you, man, these kids can throw. And then again, another 55-yard pass to Hart Cameron. The PAT was good. That was with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. The guard took the field. Hanks scrambling back there. 50-yard pass to Dumas, who did find the end zone that time. That was with 1:36 left in the game. After that, it was a quick 4-and-out. And I'm telling you, that stadium was rocking. I would not be surprised if we see these teams rematch again, and everybody in that stadium wants it to happen. I can tell you that. All
right, well, Mr. Ruark, great job as a rookie here on the ET Final Score Show. We'll talk to you next week, my friend.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right.
Have a good one.
Final stop over to the Clyde Perkins Stadium. Of course, Cade Clayton out for the year for the Grace Cougars, and they were down 29-0 early, trying to get it done. Chandler Nutt scrambling for his life right here against Dallas Christian, and boy, they had the Cougars number all night long. Chandler this time is going to try out Zach Tatum to get some kind of running game going out of that read option, but it just wasn't happening for Grace tonight. They have got to pick it up, even though they've lost their leader in the final score 50-6 in this one. 1A scoreboard, here we go. Let's make it quick, guys. All Saints, big win, 32-14. Carlisle Falls Acaga, 28-7. Groveton over Crossroads. Athens Christian, 32-6 over, actually Kings Academy won that one. Harleton, 28-12. And Beckville, 48-8 over Cushing. Those are your 1A scores. Alto gets the win as well as Shelbyville over Overton. All right, we are hitting our final break. Play of the night. We had a lot to choose from. We'll show it to you coming up next. All right, what a week 4 we had. Patrick Mahomes, one of his 7 touchdown passes to Jalen Dews. That kid earns play of the night as White House with an unbelievable win over the Carthage Bulldogs. Don't forget to go to etfinalscore.com to see all of our highlights, game stories, and stats. We'll be back next Friday for week number 5, district play all across the board. Have a great weekend, everybody.